All right, welcome everybody. We are getting started here in just a second. We get in all of our speakers up. It's a very exciting day today. We have Coinbase here. I'm I'm ecstatic about speaking about this today, guys. So, like I always say, make sure you have your drinks ready. Make sure you're seated on your seat. And if you are a Coinbase fan, or even if you're not, you're new to Coinbase, I would say take the time right now to jump onto their socials. You just Google Coinbase or go to your Twitter handle at the top, type Coinbase and join their socials. Check out their website. You can go there and then you can get information on all their product services and then sign up directly there or on your mobile. They obviously are one of the world's largest crypto exchanges out there, offering a suite of crypto assets for you to trade in daily use. But they've actually developed much more crypto I'd say tools and assets into the Coinbase services that we're going to be speaking to today. It's been actually exciting to see Coinbase, I would say, go through everything they've gone through over the years. I'm here in the United States, so I know about a lot of the news and struggles and regulatory stuff that they've had to go through. And to see the moves that they've been able to do and safely, securely keep American traders and the world traders, in one envelope it's very exciting. I'm very glad that they take the time to come in here and speak to us. So without further ado, I'm very excited to jump into, I would say Coinbase's with the advanced product suite. It's much more than just your average centralized exchange. And so I'm just really excited to be diving into it. And just remember, guys, we're going to keep all our questions to comments. So if you have any questions or, during this speak, you have something comes up, or if you're reading any of their documentation and you have something specifically you want to know about, please drop your comments or questions at the bottom during the tweet that's live here, and I'll be picking a few questions. Without further ado, go ahead and introduce yourself, and let's get a little overview of Coinbase.
Okay, thank you for that opener. This is Scott Shapiro here from the Coinbase team. I've been at Coinbase for a number of years, working on a number of different products through the Coinbase app and website, everything from like the Coinbase debit card to staking and USDC rewards. And I've spent the last few years really doubling down on our trading products. So most notably what we call Coinbase Advanced. We launched this last year and have done a lot of things to improve it, which I'd love to talk about today and really learn from this audience. And obviously I'm on Twitter interacting with traders and crypto users all the time. So if you follow me at Scott Shapiro, you'll see in my timeline that it's pretty much nothing but talking and replying and announcing different things that we're doing. So this is kind of all that I do, all trading all the time now in crypto here at Coinbase.
No, that's exciting, and I will say Coinbase has been building in the background for a long time, and I'm just glad to have. I say you guys kind of start to trend and really push the narrative and show traders that Coinbase has an advanced suite that you guys aren't playing. Because I did, like I was saying, I recently just started diving into Coinbase's advanced features, and it's a lot that even for some reason I couldn't even totally understand.
Say more about that. What could you not understand? What can we do better on that front?
No, I'm saying like, sorry, I kind of got mixed in the words. What I was trying to say, I was saying, what it was there was a lot of advanced features that I didn't know was needed and be utilized in order to kind of have more advanced trading and make more inclusive decisions. Because early in my world, I just go to the order book and I look at it and then I say I'm just going to guess and I'm going to put a couple trade lines and I'm going to do that. But I don't really get to have all of the different. I would say asset Bollinger Bands or stuff that's going to allow me to kind of make those decisions pre-up. So as I was starting to use the advanced tools, I was able to start really utilizing much more aspects of understanding where the volume is, the trend lines. It just really just opened my eyes to much more trading. And I think that's kind of my fault for not educating myself. But in turn, there's just a lot of platforms out there that don't educate yourself on the advanced features. And I think that's one thing that sets you guys self apart too, is while I'm actually utilizing it, it's pretty user friendly comparative to a lot of the other things. I actually misworded. I didn't mean I was struggling using it. I was saying I was struggling before, with trading because I didn't have all the in-depth information I needed to make a good, concise decisions for a long time. At least that's how I felt when I'm trading the DJ world off of a decentralized exchange. But on a centralized exchange, you go to your assets and it's just a basic, order book, and then you get your Kanashi candles, but that's pretty much it. But with an advanced trading system, you get much more in-depth information on what's going on with that asset. At least that's how I feel when I was actually utilizing the product. But that could just because, I'm new to it.
That's definitely our
I'm
goal.
actually new to advanced trading.
For sure. We try to make sure that there's something for everybody, no matter how new you are to trading or to crypto, period, or if you're somebody who's traded maybe professionally on Wall Street for a number of years and now you want to trade crypto for your personal account. We want to make sure that everybody has a way to get in and learn and improve and have a great trading experience.
Well, yeah, and I think having a simplistic, non-advanced version of Coinbase to probably open your eyes to what is available to the average user is huge. But then once they start to educate themselves, you're like, here's an advanced set of platform. Start utilizing it. Get more, I'd say, get more in-depth information on what you're trading, because pretty much how I learned everything in this space is kind of by making mistakes. And I think that that's the one of the huge roadblocks, I think, for not only you but for every other exchange and or decentralized project out there, is that once somebody starts to lose money and they don't know why or how or what's going on, they'll just quit because they don't want to keep funneling money into something they're not understanding. So that's why I would definitely compliment that you guys made it very simple. You didn't just throw all the advanced features out there right at the very beginning so someone can just lost and look crazy. But as they learn and they're like, oh, there is more I can use here, I'm gonna start learning this. And it's kind of like a gradual step into understanding. It's almost an educationary platform in itself, the way it's laid out.
Yep, I agree.
So with that said, like what kind of feature sets would I be utilizing in advanced trading? If I just an average user's coming in that knows advanced trading but doesn't know the your guys' product suite, what would I be utilizing, or what kind of feature sets are you most enthusiastic about that you guys have built into it?
Yeah, so we've really put a lot of emphasis on a handful of things. I think the first thing is that we've tried to make this advanced experience really integrated into the Coinbase app that lots and lots of people all around the world have used and have on their phones and bookmark on their desktops. And so just being at the place where people already are is really important. We don't want to have any part of Coinbase feel like it's hidden or undiscoverable. And so at the very highest order, I think it's really about having an easy way in and out of the advanced kind of immersive experience. And so from an architecture perspective, we really
Oh,
focused.
are you there?
y-
Did I cut out or you cut out?
I think I'm still here. Does it sound okay?
You there, Shapiro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were just talking about this earlier, guys. Twitter has difficulties every day, and it just seems like we just got one right now. How you doing? You back?
I think so. My connection seems good.
Yeah,
Can you guys hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now. You went into talking and then it just cut. It went blank.
Weird. Okay. All right, let's try again. I think I was talking kind of about our architecture perspective and how we're really trying to make sure that everybody has an easy way to discover and get into all the different parts of Coinbase, right? So if you think about this Coinbase app that lots and lots of people all over the world, millions of people have on their phones or on their desktops, it can do a lot of things, right? You can manage spending, saving, staking, learning news, researching different types of parts of the crypto economy. We have a Web3 experience that's really compelling, and advanced trading is a first class part of that, as opposed to being a separate, hard to find, undiscoverable kind of thing, which was kind of the legacy of where we were, as a business number of years ago. So that's kind of the highest order thing, is that architecture of feeling like you've entered the house and now you can find every room that's in the house, and there's something really distinct and useful about every room there. And advanced trading is a big important wing of that Coinbase house that people are able to go into. So I think that's like the highest order thing.
You know, it's weird. It's like I think Coinbase itself, the simple version, is the house, right? And then it's like they've now outlived the house and grown outside the house. Now they need to move into the mansion because like it's basically the same thing, but it takes all of the features that you already have from Simple, but actually details it, professionally lays it out, and gives you a powerful tool set. Because I mean, you just look at the spot order book; it's not just your average order book. Like I was saying, it's like you have trading views capabilities within your app, and so that's just extremely useful, because I know that early on that's what I was using was TradingView for all of my mapping, all of my Bollinger Bands, anything that I was using trend lines, and I would make everything. But then I'd have to take that information and equate it into Coinbase for my trading, to figure out when I'm going to do this. But now that you have it all in there, it's just showing the commitment you guys have to what is the roadblock for traders, right? And having the simplistic side of it allows people to come in, trade, but then those people that are day traders or just action traders, or they know about something coming up and they want to get in on it. This allows them to be early and fast and get all the concise information. I'm looking at the order book and it's just insane. And because I tell you, I'm a fan myself, but I'm just starting to get into it, overall into advanced trading, especially as the market comes back up. So I will say this one more time, guys. If you are looking into Coinbase, this would be the time to get in, start learning these advanced trading, because the market is starting to shift a little. I'm not calling it the bull run. I call it like the mini calf run, but it's definitely something that you got to keep your eyes open and want to make sure you have every available opportunity to earn, in this space. So with that said, though, I do know I've read a little bit, because I obviously did a lot of research on the advanced features for today. And one thing I did read was something about a level 2 order book, or getting your data in order to enhance your trading. Is that integrated in the order book and in advanced trading, or is that something that I have to apply for or get later?
Yeah, so I kind of talked a lot about the overall kind of architecture and structure. Once you go a level down into the actual trade screen, you can see we have a number of streaming components, right? So we have a candlestick chart. That's what you talk about, the trading view, right? That streams quotes. You can get anything from 1 minute to, one day, and everything in between, types of intervals. We have over 100 different indicators from trading view. You talked about Bollinger Bands and MACD, and there's a ton of other ways you can customize that. You can also swap that with a depth chart. So if you want to see what liquidity looks like on the
Ooh, okay.
bid and ask, you can look at that. And then we have a streaming order book, so you can see what the order book on Coinbase Exchange. So every trade through Coinbase Advanced or just through the Coinbase app period is routed through Coinbase Exchange, and so you can see in real time what that order book looks like and what the trade history looks like. So every trade that's executing on our exchange streams through, and you can see, okay, is the price going up? Is it going down? Is it staying constant? And that kind of flashes at you to show you when there's like lots of stuff all happening at once. And so, the most liquid. This
Yeah,
is no
I can
surprise.
see right now. I'm on Bitcoin right now, and it's showing the price action going up and down, and then on the trade history, it'll be like 3 big trades come up at once, or 10, and it'll just highlight all of them real quick. So it's kind of eye catching. It's almost like a notification, but instead of it annoying noise, it's just eye catching. You're here anyways, watching the chart, and then that just like if you're not paying attention, boom, that comes in. That gives you a signal. Let's say that went up a certain percentage, and that was your signal to buy or sell, depending on what you're doing. So I like it. I like it a lot. It's unique, because normally you have the notifications will blow your phone up. You'll get a bunch on your PC, and by the time you actually get through all of that, you didn't pay attention to what you were trying to pay attention to, which was the trade history. So I think that if you're here already and you're doing something, and just on the side of your eye you see that pop up, you're going to instantly go and pay attention. What was that? A big sell or a big buy? Like Bitcoin right now, I'm watching it just go up and down. It dropped, and then now it had a bunch of good candles coming in. So it's trading, but it's showing exactly what you were just speaking about, the trade history, just flashing those buys real quick to let you know instantly this is what's going on. That's pretty cool. Real time data is obviously important. So
That's right. And we have an incredible engineering team. You think about the amount of data that is being transferred through, all the people who are using advanced on web and mobile and through our API. It's a lot of data. And we've tried to bring down the latency as much as possible, because you want to know exactly where the market is within milliseconds. And I think we've really come a long way in the last year of, having not just the animations and kind of the feeling of it being like real time pulse, but actually the data and the performance and reliability has really, really come a long way. And that's something we continue to work on.
You know, I agree. I agree. I will say overall, I've been in this space obviously since 2017-ish around. So just seeing the growth overall was great. But then it felt like there was like a 2021, the late 2021 to mid 2022 time frame that everything was kind of stagnant on, like the V2s or the growth or the changes or the upgrades. But it seemed like as much as you guys were not like making a bunch of noise, you guys were building in the background, and what you guys were doing was building it correctly. Because, like I always say, don't rush it. If it's a great thing, do it right, and the people will come because it's something they're going to utilize and see value in it. But I definitely proud to say that Coinbase is gone a long ways. You guys are definitely putting some good opportunities for people to earn. And then, like I was saying, it also sets a standard for other exchanges to start, or other projects to really start stepping up. Because I think that as much as we love the technology being built in the crypto scene, if we don't start taking care of our community from the tools that they're utilizing, adoption is just going to be slower, and then in the end, it's going to be harder. So, and I definitely like it. I'm utilizing it right now. I just messed with it and did a trade while we were talking, and it was simplistic. It was easy. It was very. I love it. I told you I utilize Coinbase now a lot more over the last 6 to 8 months. I'm here in the United States, and with you guys being like the number one trusted one here, I was just like, I have to go with it because then it's going to be easier for me when the taxes come next year. So, but in fact, that's a good thing for me because now I'm utilizing the advanced trading system, and then I can then recommend this to people because I always tell people all the time that if you want to tell friends to come in, you want to get them in, at least get them their feet wet with a centralized exchange before you put them into the DGen world because it's a shark world out there. And Coinbase has set themselves to be not just a trading platform, a finance platform, but an educational platform. In turn, even on your basics. So this all I will say for just a second. With not even looking at your advanced products, you have educational a platform that you call your rewards. But into me, it's much better than a rewards. It's an actual educational participation because you can't answer and get the rewards if you didn't read. I know because I tried it with the VAR network. I was like, I want to test it, see if I could just skip through it and know it. And I had no idea and I failed it. So I was like, all right, go back and read it. But I wanted to test it because that shows the effort, the thinking that you guys done, and the value you guys are really bringing, not just to your user base and community, but to the products and companies that you're hosting on that reward. So if you guys are looking to jump into Coinbase, that's a good way to sign up and test your waters with their system. If you like it, that's going to be probably a couple bucks for you to start free trading, get in advanced trading, start touching your fingers and get dipping your toes in there. I mean, it's free money, and you're going to be utilizing, I would say, tools that if you get really good at, it's going to be a good opportunity to be utilizing during the bull run. So I long-winded answer, but I wanted to make sure I put that out there because it is something that a lot of community members will look to jump in, get the rewards, and then start utilizing your ecosystem. At least testing it that way, right?
Yep, for sure. Learning Rewards has been an awesome product we've had since I think 2018 or so. There's lots of great stuff in there.
Now, I know this is kind of not necessarily part of your advanced feature set, but it is definitely something that is a part of the ecosystem overall. Is Coinbase Prime? Can you tell me a little bit about that? How, like, what is that, especially for your everyday trader, and especially if someone's going to come in to use the advanced trading? How beneficial would it be for them to utilize Coinbase Prime?
Just to confirm, you mean Coinbase Prime and not Coinbase Pro?
Yeah, the Prime. Like, isn't that Coinbase Pro? I might be miswording. Pro is
I
the
can give a quick overview if that's useful.
Yeah, just give it a go. Yeah, because I might have mixed up on my notes. I had like literally like 3 pages of notes that I wrote down as I was going through everything. So I had to like go and mash everything into a good AMA. If not, we'd be here for 3 hours.
No worries. So
That was crazy.
Coinbase Prime, I'll talk about that quickly and get that out of the way, and then I'll talk about Pro. Prime is what you could think of as a prime broker. And so in the traditional, Wall Street finance kind of world, a prime broker is something that serves institutions, so asset managers, hedge funds, where they get custody, they get trading, they get financing, and they get great access to lots of different liquidity sources. And so that's what our Coinbase Prime product is. It includes custody, it includes trading on multiple venues, not just on Coinbase Exchange. And the reason for that, why that's so important, is if you're a hedge fund or you're an asset manager and you're trying to move 8, 9 figure positions regularly, you want to be able to average across a number of different liquidity sources. And that's much more important to them as opposed to some of the things we talked about before, where you're maybe scalping and doing a lot of micro trades and wanting to watch one order book very, very carefully. So it's positioned for a very different type of customer who is making occasional very large trades. We have a an over-the-counter desk that can do block trades for very large traders and institutions. And you probably hear in the news about some um, larger entities, coming to Coinbase. And I think our public stat is something like 20 of the top 100 asset managers in the world use Coinbase Prime for everything that they do. So it's just a very different type of product. There's no mobile app. And that's okay, right? Because professionals are sitting at their desks and they might have multiple monitors, and
Yeah.
that's what they need.
Yeah, they're at work. They're not on their little phone. They need big screens and they need a lot of reaction and quick information. So yeah, definitely
Exactly.
understand
So
that.
that's Prime. It's an
Oh,
awesome.
okay. So yeah, I definitely mixed up. I must have just been reading through it all and just got that mixed up with Pro. And that Pro is exactly what I was actually talking about. But Prime is pretty cool, and I like that because that also, obviously there's probably not a lot of hedge funds in here, but if there was, at least that gives a little overview on another aspect that probably a lot of people didn't know about Coinbase.
For sure. And so Coinbase Pro is something that's built a very strong brand. It was launched as what's called GDAX. I think it was Global Digital Asset Exchange back in 2016, rebranded Coinbase Pro a few years later. And Coinbase Pro is now officially end of life, meaning that any retail user, any individual like you or I who is using Coinbase Pro is now migrated. All their balances, all their access is now migrated over to the singular Coinbase app, which includes Advanced Trade. So Advanced Trade has fully replaced Coinbase Pro. And the reason
Oh, okay.
the reason why this is so important is Coinbase Pro offered direct access to Coinbase Exchange, which is a spot exchange based in the U.S. There's no derivatives, and it's fully domiciled in the U.S., meaning that it is fully compliant with all sorts of U.S. law. And we a few years ago said, okay, there's two big issues here. One is that we're forcing people to download two apps. Nobody wants to have more apps on their phone.
Mm.
We have two apps in the app store that are both called Coinbase something, and they're in the same category, which is confusing for people who are just getting started in crypto. um, and we're forcing you to hold two different sets of balances in two different places. So if you're on Coinbase Pro, you had your Bitcoin there, your ETH there, your USDC there. You couldn't stake your ETH. You couldn't earn rewards on your USDC. If you wanted to go do that, you had to move it over to the Coinbase app, and then you could earn rewards, and then you could stake, but you couldn't trade using limit orders or candlesticks or any of the stuff we were just talking about. So we were forcing people to make these really difficult choices in their Coinbase experience, which is just bad for Coinbase. It's bad for crypto. It's not the greatest thing for
Yeah,
traders or
it's just
users.
bad. That's bad overall, right there. Yeah, roadblock for sure.
Right. So we felt that unification was really important. And so we kind of went down this path of rebuilding everything from Coinbase Pro and making it a lot better. And I could talk about what some of those improvements are in a single app where you have all your balances in one place. You could stake while you trade. You can earn USDC rewards while you trade. You can do learning rewards to get crypto by learning about different types of projects all in one place. So you didn't have to go back and forth between two places that were run by the same company. So that was really important. Second thing is Coinbase Pro was singularly fit with Coinbase Exchange. And we decided a couple of
Okay.
years ago that derivatives are a really important part of what we wanted to offer our customers, and something that has really taken the crypto world by storm over the last few years as well. And so if you think Coinbase Pro is directly integrated with Coinbase Exchange, if we wanted to launch derivatives products, which would be on a separate exchange, because Coinbase Exchange is a spot only exchange, and derivatives exchanges function much differently with things like liquidations and funding rates and open interest. You would have to have another separate app that was tailor made for that derivatives exchange. So then you'd have three apps or maybe four apps if we had multiple derivatives exchanges for different types of derivatives products. And so we said that's not going to go anywhere. We need to build for the future in a way that is going to unify not just from one app or from two apps to one app, but also from all the different places that you can access crypto in one place. And so now where we are today, we announced a couple months ago that we're fully in the derivatives world globally. The way that operates is not seamless. It's actually very separate. We have very different entities, very different types of technologies that are powering all that, but we want it to be very seamless for the trader. And so we built Coinbase Advanced in a way where it can integrate with as many types of liquidity sources and venues that offer as many types of products as possible, but fully through our infrastructure and through our user experience, feel like it's just one simple thing. And so for the folks who are maybe on this Twitter Spaces or otherwise who are using some of the newer products that we've launched lately globally, in the derivative space, they feel that it's, very singular and not this kind of decoupled, disjointed experience that would have made our dynamic with Coinbase Pro even worse than it already was.
And I agree. You guys are obviously making the moves that people always say, we have to do what we can for adoption. But I will say the last bull run was less focused on adoption and more of we're here, we're going to be staying, and we're back to prove kind of like the naysayers from the last bear and bull cycle. And now with BlackRock and all these other big institutions, I mean, there's like 11 EFTs or ETFs applied for. It's pretty crazy to realize once those big boys start to come in, it's like a trickle down effect. And then once that happens, then the retail follows the companies. The loyal base follows the companies. And especially with the way crypto is set up, it's meant for rewarding mass adoption. So I will say, you guys picked the better time to use your guys' time, engineering, and money to develop the more advanced trading system that's going to set yourself, for better success, obviously. And with that being said, you also have another one feature that I would love to cover if we have a couple minutes before we do wrap things up, and that's Coinbase One. And I know about Coinbase One because I utilize it. I actually am a Coinbase One member because I am transferring assets back and forth from my bank account a lot, and I don't want to be charged a bunch of money. So can you maybe talk about that and the benefits to how that functions with maybe trading fees or any of the, what kind of benefits do you get on the trading platform for being a Coinbase One subscriber?
Yeah, Coinbase One is a great product. It's developed by a sister team. One of the ways you could think about it is kind of think about like Amazon Prime, right? Prime just makes the whole Amazon experience better. And it has a number of different perks that you get. Right, you get free shipping on some things. You get free streaming videos for some titles, not everything. It's a subscription monthly or annual fee. And so the way that we're approaching Coinbase One is very similar, right? Where it's a monthly or annual plan that you can be on, and you get a number of benefits like zero trading fees on our kind of standard buy, sell, convert experience. We don't yet have it integrated with Advanced. This is something that we're looking at, and we've heard feedback, and we know this is something that we need to dig deeper into. But it also does offer a bunch of other important things, like you get boosted rates on some of the yield rewards products that we offer. I think there's an analytics package that you get through Masari that's included in this. You get additional account protection. You get priority support, which I think is awesome, just to be able to hear from a support agent if you need help much faster. And then there's some other benefits on tax preparation. And so the team is always thinking about how do we make this even better? How do we package even more value into this kind of subscription plan that just complements your Coinbase experience already?
No, and I totally agree. And obviously, I'm still so new to the advanced trading that I didn't realize that it wasn't helping there. But I just did it one trade. I wasn't even paying attention. But your fees are so negligible, anyways. Like I always tell people, if you're on a centralized exchange and you're doing trades, you're saving buttloads compared to 90% of the changes gas fees that you end up incurring, or failed a transaction because of the gas fee wasn't high enough, and then you got to do the trade again, and it just eats up your money. So fees are negligible. But I did want to touch on Coinbase One because I seen the value of with how much money I was spending with, like you're saying, converting. I would had a bunch of Ethereum I'd bring in, I'd convert it to USDC, which is free, but then I'd send it to my bank account, which was a little fee. And so allowing me to alleviate all these extra fees for one wrapped price that I know is saving me a lot, and then is going to be just only growing and maturing with the ecosystem is what I'm looking forward to. So, I really do appreciate the time, the talk today. I would say, if you maybe have a last call to action, my last little call to action would be for everybody here to please follow Shapiro on his Twitter handle. Listen, follow on. He's obviously very smart. He knows a lot about Coinbase and what's going on there. So, if you are a person interested and want to keep up to date with their development and the news, that's an outlet, that's a direct outlet. And follow Coinbase, guys, please. I appreciate you guys being here and asking the questions I seen about 33. One of the questions I just asked about the trade fee was actually one of the questions from the comments. But obviously, if you didn't have your questions asked here, they have a huge community. They're everywhere on their social platforms. So please reach out, ask questions. They have a great support system in their Coinbase. But if you are looking to be a much more advanced trader or to check out their advanced advanced trading options, or already a Coinbase user and didn't know that they had this, please go into your settings and go down there and open up your advanced trading and start utilizing all of the opportunities that I have here. Like I'm starting to use it more. I'm starting to learn more, but this also gives me something to do while I'm sitting back and relaxing, having some free time, eating some lunch. I can start utilizing the platform, educating myself, and getting better at it, because the opportunities only come to the person that educates themselves on how to utilize those opportunities. So with that being said, do you have any last minute call to action or anything you'd like to say, or maybe something that we missed that you think would have been great to tell everybody?
So yeah, I think a couple things on social. Hopefully everyone can see me in the space, but I'm Scott Shapiro. We also have a brand new, we haven't announced this anywhere, so this is kind of a first release, brand new Twitter
Alpha.
handle called Coinbase Traders. That's a co-host here, so you can find that. And we're just getting started with that account, but this is really meant for people who are, self-identifying as traders or want to become, a trader on Coinbase. And so we'll be sharing a lot more about that over time. And if you want to learn more about what we're doing, you can go to advanced.coinbase.com. And if you're already a Coinbase user, you'll get dropped right into the experience, and you can, trade spot. You can look at different types of, products that we offer there. And if you're not, it'll take you to our logged out kind of marketing site, and you can see more about futures and perpetuals and just advanced trading overall.
Awesome, awesome. Look at that gold check mark. They only have 457 followers. These guys are the goats right here. I just followed you on my on crypto miners and my personal account. I'm going to be keeping up to date with everything, and you never know, I might be able to learn some techniques on advanced trading as you guys continually update us. So that's awesome.
Cool.
All right, let me get back. I got to get back to okay. Yeah, I had to get back to my notes. I had all these other windows up. So with that being said, I really do appreciate the time. I thank you, thank Coinbase traders, everybody from your guys' team, and Coinbase engineers, developers, all the way from CEO. I mean, I've listened to all his stuff. I read a lot of stuff from him. I've actually watched him on Ben Shapiro, or not Ben Shapiro, Ben. I've seen him on YouTube talking with Ben on there for a long time. So I'm very, very versed in what Coinbase has been doing and impressed with what Coinbase has been building and doing, and the transparency you guys have been doing probably since the beginning of crypto. And on behalf of crypto miners, I want to thank you guys for coming and showing us, advanced trading. Obviously, there's only so much advanced trading tools that you can tell us. So I always tell people that we can only tell you so much, but the best way to learn something is to go educate yourself and experience it, get hands-on with it. So please sign up. Even if you don't become a $1 million trader on there, at least sign up and start utilizing the ecosystem, because if you get good at that, trading in the future is going to be very easy. So like I was saying, I really do appreciate the time. I'm really looking forward to continuing learning and growing alongside Coinbase in the ever-evolving crypto world. I mean, it's changing every day, and you guys are growing it and expanding every day. So I definitely am looking forward to continually utilizing Coinbase and seeing you guys grow and becoming the #1 exchange in crypto as crypto starts to blow up over the next year. So thank you again, and I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for all the support, and thanks for having us on.
Oh yeah, no problem. And please, keep us updated. Obviously, you guys are like the #1 exchange out there, so we would love to just, if you guys are going to be having a big announcement or some alpha or anything like that, please just keep in touch with us. We'd love to update our community on information or services you guys are going to be offering.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you. You guys have a great day.
You too. Cheers.
Cheers.